Hey beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Elizabeth. I hope you're having a great day today. Today's video, I'm going to let you know up front, it's probably going to be a long one because we have a lot to cover in today's video. The October Premium Choice happened today, so we're going to talk about those products. This is going to be kind of like a palette overload because there's a lot of things that's been shown and rumored and just floating around out there in the Boxycharm universe. And we're going to go through and talk about each of the items that I've found so far. We're going to be talking about Kosas Cosmetics, ABH Cosmetics, which has never been in the box before, so that's pretty exciting. Sunday Riley, so there is some skincare in here. Huda Beauty, Hank and Henry, Hip Dot. There is just, the majority of this is going to be eyeshadow palettes. So if you're an eyeshadow palette lover, I think you're going to enjoy this video. So before we get into things, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button, become part of the wolf pack today, because I would just love to have you join the family. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I apologize if I'm kind of like the next few videos that I have out, if I'm kind of wearing the same makeup and same top. By the way, it's from Torrid. If I'm wearing kind of the same outfit in each of these videos, I'm trying my best to film videos back to back to back today because things have been kind of crazy with Devin's business and I'm spending a lot more time helping him with that. So I'm trying to do this as much as I can. To kick it off, we're going to talk about the October Premium Choice. This time, every item that you could choose for your premium box, they were all from the same brand. I don't think this has ever been done before, but it's kind of interesting because all three of the products, or technically two of the products, are really nice. First up, we have the Tinted Face Oil. Now, there were multiple shades of this, but unfortunately, I was a little late to the game going in to make my choice, and the shade that I wanted specifically was already grayed out and was already out of stock. So I had to go with the next darkest shade. Hopefully I can make it work and balance it out with a lighter concealer maybe. I'm just curious because I've never had this product before, so I'm not really sure how it's going to perform. But looking into the product a little bit further, this is recommended for people who just can't with their foundation. If you just don't like the feeling of wearing a full coverage foundation, this is geared more towards like a skincare feeling, and they focus more on balancing overall skin tone. More importantly, that they note, they say that this is a very silky and breathable formula. It's got a serum-like consistency, and they say that you can apply it with your fingertips. It's been so long since I've actually applied my foundation with my fingertips. I think I've done maybe a couple of times here recently, but it's more like touching up spots, or if I'm trying to dab out concealer, stuff like that. But I've honestly never tried to do my all over foundation routine with my fingers like since I was a teenager learning how to do makeup. I've not done it since then at all. Like, I've got tinted moisturizers and I'll even use a brush to blend those out. I just don't do stuff with my fingers like that, like for my makeup. I'm gonna have to try it and see how it does with it feeling more like a serum. It may be more effective that way, so I'm curious. The other choice that you can make, and this actually counted for two of the products because they split it up into two different options. These are the powder and cream blush and highlight duos, also from Kosas. They were split up in two different categories, and I'm not really sure which one it is because I thought maybe it was going to be the lighter shades in one and then the deeper in the other, but whenever it goes through the rotation of the different colors included in them, I don't know how they're doing this. I just don't know how they split it up. But one of the options is already grayed out, so I just went with the foundation. Face oil. And also, quick reminder, premium next month, we're also going to be getting the Murad Toner Mist and the Clarins Smoothing Primer. So far, premium's looking pretty good. Okay, so that's what we know is confirmed so far. So let's start getting into some of the other products. This one was spotted in Joe's Instagram. You know, he has a habit of having products in the background whenever he's moving around, showing, not showing things. They'll often appear behind him. But this one is the Sunday Riley Lactic Acid Treatment. I like this. And this is another one of those brands that whenever I had Allure Beauty and whenever you refer someone, they just give you more samples. And they kept giving me samples of this over and over. So I've got like 12 or 14 of these. Like, it's crazy. But I don't mind because that stuff's expensive. So I've been kind of working my way through it. So this is going to deeply exfoliate the dull surface of the skin for clarity, radiance, and younger looking skin. Now, I use this in combination with their A+ retinoid serum. The A+ retinoid serum, you know, I went through that phase trying to get my skin to clear up with that. But so it doesn't like freak out all at once, they recommend that you go 2 days on with the A+ retinoid serum and then 2 days on this. And it also has licorice, so it's going to help with dark spots or hyperpigmentation. It's just overall a really good product, and those two just pair so nicely together. I'm hoping that since the Sunday Riley was in the premium last month, that they're going to have it again in the premium box, and you can choose that one. I really hope it is, because I will definitely choose that one all day, every day. So Joe also showed a deconstruction of an eyeshadow palette on Instagram. Now these, okay, I know this is kind of the thing with photography or marketing whenever you're talking about makeup products, and they do it with lipsticks, they do it with blushes, palettes, they do it with foundation and eyeshadows, but they show the stuff destroyed and laid out in a certain way to where it's supposed to be pretty. I have a love-hate kind of feeling with these type of posts, because every time I see something like that, I'm like, what are you doing? You just ruined that. You know, somebody could have used that. And I know they're just doing it for a pretty photo. I don't know. I'm probably alone in this, but it always drives me crazy when I see those photos. But it was done with this palette. We weren't sure what it was because he didn't have any clues as to what it actually was, but it had a ton of really pretty blues and greens in there and a little pop of yellow. But it was discovered to be another Hip Dot palette. This is the C-Note palette. And honestly, it looks so pretty. I hope this is going to be in the box soon. I didn't get the Hip Dot palette this month, and I was kind of sad about it because I've always wanted to try their formula because they make that SpongeBob palette, and I have more to say about that too here in a second. I'm also seeing some more chatter online from the Instagram groups. One is showing that we're possibly going to be getting the Soft Focus Glow Drops from Rodile, and I don't think we've had Rodile in the box before. An item from Sol de Janeiro. I love Sol de Janeiro, okay? Pretty much anything they have, I'm in love with. But this is the Brazilian Kiss Lip Butter. Apparently this has like a cult following, like it's like so many fans love this. I've never tried it, so I don't really know what to say about it. If you have this, can you please comment down below and let me know what you think of it? And then we're also seeing the Illuminati Cosmetics palette X Isabel. That one looks really pretty. It's a unique looking palette. I'm really curious to see what this is going to be in actually, you know, in person. And the last of this, these are products that are not confirmed. They're just things that have been floating around out there on TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, I really recommend it. They have a ton of videos doing tutorials, and there's always kind of like little sneak peeks thrown in here and there with it. But some of the products that they're showing, I've got wrote down here, so we're gonna go over them. First up, this is from Pretty Vulgar. It's the Nesting Beep face palette. That one, it's kind of pretty. I don't know, most of the stuff from Pretty Vulgar, the packaging is super pretty. For some reason, this one doesn't look like it quite fits in with their aesthetic. I don't know, it's a really unique looking palette for the brand. But personally, I love face palettes just because anytime you can get something multi-purpose, that's how I roll. They're good for travel, and plus if you don't want to spend a bunch of money on just a wide range of products, because you know, $30, $40 a piece, they can kind of add up kind of quickly. So anytime you can save money with the face palette, that's the route I go. And also in this same TikTok, and this is one where they're talking about benefits of working at Boxycharm, they are showing literally, she's going through her drawers and she's showing just mountains of product. One drawer is just blushes, one is brushes, liners, palettes. Like she has so many things in her little I'm guessing her office desk. This is so cool. Like, I've worked in an office before and my desk didn't look like that at all. My purse did, and my countertop, because I'll sometimes bring my stuff and get ready while I'm there at work. But I could imagine working there and just having like so many products to play with day in and day out. I really enjoy it. So let me just go ahead and tell you what the palettes are. And side note, if I forgot anything or if I missed anything in the video, I'm gonna try and come back and update the description, or if it's before I get this video published, I'll add it to the video as well. But first up, we're showing from Hank and Henry. This is the Spring Fling palette. This is so pretty. I love the colors included in this palette, and plus Hank and Henry, he's got a good formula. So I'm really, really excited to see the pops of color from that one. Next up, we're going back to that Hip Dot palette. We are showing the SpongeBob palette. I really hope we're getting it. I love SpongeBob. I think it's so funny, and it's kind of like a humor that, you know, young and old can enjoy. And the colors in this palette, like, okay, it's got the nostalgic feature with it being SpongeBob, but also the palette itself, if you didn't even know what SpongeBob was, it looks really, really pretty. I'm just really impressed with the way this one looks. Now the next one, I have some mixed emotions about. We're seeing, again, the Neon palette from Huda Beauty, and it's the green one specifically. As you can see, I have this one in my collection, and it's also damaged, sadly, because it came broken, but I was still able to use it, and it's just, I'm not impressed with it. This one is probably my least favorite palette from Huda ever. Like, there's only a couple of shades in here that really give you any payoff, but even the shimmers, it's almost like they're all toppers. There's not really much of a base to them, and I just don't like them. There's something up with that formula. I would much rather prefer to see this one. This is the pink palette. The mattes in here give you tons of payoff. I really enjoy them. And the shimmers, like there's, I think this top one, no, it has a decent base. I think this bottom one here, it doesn't have as much of a base, so it's more of a topper. But like this one is really pretty. This one does a lot better than the green one. I just really hope we're not getting that one. And it could be, like, to be completely fair, it could just be this one is messed up. You never know. If we do get that in our box, maybe it'll perform a lot better than this one did. The next thing that we have is from Alamar Cosmetics. We're showing the bronzer trio, but I'm kind of wondering if we've already had that one and I just missed it. I know we've gotten the blushes and eyeshadows and brushes, but I don't know if we ever got the bronzers. Now let's talk about Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH. This is the Jackie Aina palette with ABH, and look how pretty that is. We are actually showing this palette in that TikTok video, and I've not had a chance to even play with this one. I have never touched it. I got this in a Bijou beauty box. It was an anniversary sale, and the box, whenever I got it, it was like right before we moved, and then I put it in a box. I lost it, like the whole subscription box for the birthday or anniversary sale, whatever it is. I lost it, and I just recently found it, and this one was in it, and I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. But Jackie Aina, I trust her judgment on products, so I think it's going to be really good. If you haven't had a chance to get this, I really hope it's in the box. Then the last two palettes, one is from Smith & Colt. This is the Book of Oz Quad. Looking at this one, it gives me anxiety. Whenever, like the Dose of Colors Hidden Treasures eyeshadow palette, you know, the pans, they're just randomly placed in different spots on the palette, and there's a lot of wasted space in it. It personally drives me absolutely crazy to see that. I know the formula is nice, and I know overall the packaging is pretty to look at, but it's just a little, I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicking, but it just drives me crazy. And this one kind of does the same thing. There is a ton of negative space, and it's only for 4 shadows. And the last thing that we're going to go over, and thankfully because my voice is trying to go out, this is from Viseart, I'm not sure how you say that, but this is the Petite Pro 2 palette. I've heard really, really good things about this brand. I think they're available, I want to say they're available at Ulta and Sephora, but maybe it's just Sephora. And I've seen it several times featured in Boxycharm, like in the add-ons or the pop-up. A lot of people went absolutely nuts trying to get those during the pop-up sale. I'm just excited to try that formula. I'm just really curious to see how it is. I'm always testing out new formulas from new brands because I'm Like, even though I've kind of got quite a collection started, you know, I've got tons of neutral palettes and I'm starting to get tons of colorful palettes, but it comes down to the quality and the formula of the shadow. Viseart, I'm looking to see what it's about. Now it is your turn. Make sure you take a second to come down to the comment section and comment down below what you're most excited for. Plus, let me know if you're getting premium and what you chose. I am really excited to try Kosas Cosmetics. I think that is a big win for Boxycharm, and a lot of these palettes are also just big wins. Super excited to try them, and I hope we get them all. You know, kind of like gotta catch them all, but with makeup. Alright, well, I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Do not forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.